I greet you with deep respect and solidarity. Across oceans and borders, our shared history and our shared struggle connect us in ways no chain, no colonizer, no system of oppression could ever break. We are a people bound by a heartbeat that echoes across continents, a rhythm of survival and resistance that time cannot silence. If this message resonates with the echoes in your soul, I urge you now to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. Let the world see this bridge being built in real time. Let your engagement be the first brick laid in our united front. Though we have walked different paths, the roots beneath our feet were watered by the same pain and by the same strength. For centuries, you have endured injustice. You have fought in every field of human endeavor to rise above it, and still carry the weight of a society that too often seeks to erase your contributions, your truth, and your dignity. And yet, you continue to rise, with resilience, with brilliance, with defiance. The world has watched as you transformed the very tools of oppression into art, into science, into movements of undeniable power. You have proven that even in the most hostile soil, the seed of black greatness will always find a way to bloom. Here in Africa, we see you not through the distorted lens of media or the narrow words of politicians, but through the eyes of family. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. Your struggles echo in our bones just as ours call out to you. We live in a world shaped by the legacy of slavery, colonialism, and the exploitation of black lives for profit. But that world is beginning to tremble. A new world is being born, and you, Black America, are a fundamental part of its arrival. Your voice, your vision, and your fight matter more than ever. When you stand tall in your streets, in your schools, in your art, you are striking blows not just for justice in America, but for liberation everywhere. Africa is awakening. We are reclaiming our resources, our sovereignty, and our pride. We no longer bow. We no longer wait for permission. We look to you, not for charity, but for unity. It is time to rebuild the bridge between us, a bridge not made of chains, but of purpose. The time for watching each other from a distance is over. The time for a new era is here.
It is time to rebuild the bridge between us, not made of chains, but of purpose. Let us speak directly, black to black. The world has taught us to fear each other, to mistrust, to forget. But the future demands that we remember the drumbeats, remember the wisdom passed in silence. Remember that when we link arms across continents, no empire can silence us. The pain that lives in the memories of African ancestors who were stolen from their lands is the same pain that echoes through generations of Black Americans who were born into chains and raised under systems designed to break them. Though the ocean separates the land where the chains were forged and the land where they were tightened, that ocean cannot wash away the blood ties that link the two sides of the black world. The systems of oppression may have taken different forms: colonialism in Africa, slavery and systemic racism in America, but their goals were the same: control black bodies, steal black labor, and erase black identity. On both sides of the Atlantic, our people have been told to stay in their place, to be quiet, to bow down. But on both sides, our people have always risen. Resistance has been the thread running through every generation. In America, it showed itself in the uprisings of the enslaved, the courage of civil rights leaders, and the strength of mothers raising children in broken neighborhoods under the constant eye of injustice. In Africa, it lived in anti-colonial revolutions, in the voices of poets, and in the resilience of people who rebuilt after centuries of theft and destruction. This shared struggle is not just a chapter in history books, it is still being written. Today, Black people in America continue to face police brutality, mass incarceration, economic exclusion, and cultural erasure. Meanwhile, many African nations still bear the scars of colonial borders, foreign interference, and the exploitation of their natural wealth. The names of the oppressors may have changed, but the system remains global. It is the same corporations that poison water in Africa that fund politicians who uphold injustice in America. But within this pain lies a powerful truth. We are not victims, we are survivors. And more than that, we are creators. Because if we ever truly recognized our shared roots and combined our strength, we would become unstoppable. It is time for that unity to become reality.
This shared strength is not just symbolic, it is a real and untapped force. When Black Americans marched in the streets of Ferguson, their cries were heard in Lagos, in Accra, in Nairobi. When young Africans resist corruption, claim their rights, and fight for their land, their courage inspires communities from Harlem to Atlanta. This is more than solidarity, it is family. And like any family, the strength comes not just from blood, but from loyalty, from care, and from action. Too often, our disconnection has been used as a weapon. Black Americans are taught to see Africa through a distorted lens, as a place of poverty and dysfunction. Africans are taught to view Black Americans as lost, disconnected, or privileged. These are lies designed to divide us. Because if we ever truly recognized our shared roots and combined our strength, we would become unstoppable. It is time for that unity to become reality. Not just through words, but through deliberate connection, through cultural exchange, through investment in each other. Black Americans have resources, skills, and global visibility. Africans have land, labor, and a rising spirit of sovereignty. Together we have everything we need to build a future that is our own. A future not dependent on systems built by those who once enslaved us, but on values rooted in community, respect, and liberation. Our struggle is shared, yes, but so is our triumph. Every time a Black child in America graduates despite the odds, that's a victory for Africa. Every time a community in Africa reclaims its resources and builds its own schools, that's a win for the diaspora. Our power multiplies when we stop seeing each other as distant and start recognizing each other as one. This isn't about nostalgia, it's not about romanticizing the past, it's about rewriting the future. A future where a Black person anywhere in the world can live with dignity, freedom, and purpose. A future where we don't just survive, we thrive. And we do it together as one people bound not only by history, but by destiny.
The suffering of Black people worldwide is the result of a global legacy of slavery, colonialism, and economic exploitation. This system was never random. It was deliberately built to extract wealth from Black labor, to divide Black communities, and to ensure that power remained in the hands of a few. From the slave ships that crossed the Atlantic, to the colonial borders carved into Africa, to the prison industrial complexes and gentrified neighborhoods of today's America, the system has operated with a single goal: control and profit at the expense of Black lives. But the world is changing. The system is being challenged not only in protests and political campaigns, but in consciousness. People are waking up. Black youth around the world are asking deeper questions, refusing to accept the narratives they were handed. They are organizing, creating, and resisting. The same internet that once fed stereotypes is now being used to build alliances, share truth, and plan action. We must use our shared history not as a source of shame, but as a weapon of liberation, a reminder of the strength that allowed our ancestors to survive. Power cannot be begged for. It must be taken strategically, righteously, and together. Power begins in the mind. It is built through education, organization, and vision. It grows when Black people believe in themselves and in each other, when they create systems that serve them and protect them. It grows when we stop measuring our worth by how closely we align with Western approval and instead prioritize the advancement of our own people. We can no longer afford to be divided by nationality, religion, class, or language. The world has benefited from our division for too long. Now our unity must become the greatest threat to injustice. Our collective action must be deliberate, creative, and relentless. This moment is not just one of pain, it is one of possibility. The same system that was built to keep Black people down is now being exposed and confronted, and in its place, we have the opportunity to build something rooted in justice, dignity, and truth. That work will take all of us, everywhere. The time is not someday. The time is now. The power is not elsewhere. The power is within us. And the future is not a dream, it is a decision, one we must make together, boldly and without fear. If this message has ignited a fire within you, please take a moment to like this video, share it with those who need to hear it, and leave a comment with your thoughts. And to ensure you are part of this ongoing conversation, subscribe to this channel and join us as we build a future that is finally, truly our own.